Hello YouTube world, Mac Daddy 1911A1 here with the Shade Tree Survivalist. This video here is going to be a departure from previous videos, and I think it's missing on a lot of the Patriot channels, the Minuteman channels, Militia channels, the Prepper channels, and that is identifying combat vehicles from foreign countries that may be a potential threat to the United States, our country, the homeland, so to speak. I never did like that word, but I'll use it here in this video. And there are a lot of channels out there that give detailed information and supposition and best known knowledge at this time about different types of vehicles and so forth. And the reason I wanted to do this video series, ladies and gentlemen, and it's going to be a series. It's going to deal with land combat vehicles such as tanks, armored fighting vehicles, infantry fighting vehicles, which are personnel carriers and so forth, rocket systems, artillery systems, land attack aircraft such as your armed helicopters, your ground attack jets, and so forth. Because if we were ever invaded, I think that the two most likely candidates for such an invasion would be, of course, China, because they have the manpower and now they have the industrial wherewithal, as well as Russia. I hope that never happens. Honestly, I do. But if it were to happen, I'd want to be able to tell the difference between of course, American vehicles as well as our allied vehicles and troops, their uniforms, their rifles and so forth, as well as the enemy. Now, in the past, I've purchased books and so forth on the subjects, and it gives a really good detailed rundown of the capabilities, the armaments, the weak spots and so forth in their armor and so forth. But this book is 25 years old, or almost 30. This one here is quite a bit newer. I think it was published like 2002 or something of that nature, maybe 2003. And it has everything from tanks to infantry fighting vehicles and so forth in the back of it. But there are hundreds of channels right here on YouTube that are dedicated to this type of stuff. And this is going to simply be an introduction video to the series because I think it's important, okay? For instance, do you know what a Chinese uniform looks like? Combat uniform? Their woodland pattern, their arid terrain patterns such as desert camouflage. What about the Russians? What about North Koreans? Would you be able to identify them? Now, of course, I would imagine every American knows, because they see it on TV all the time, what our American troopers look like, the new digital pattern camouflage and so forth. But did you know the Chinese and the Russians are also using digital? Do you realize that the Chinese helmet looks very, very similar to an American soldier's helmet? Did you know that they have combat vests with pouches like our American troopers? So could you identify one? I think you need this information if you're going to be a true prepper, a true militia person, a true minute man or woman. Okay, this is the information you really, really need to know. Everybody thinks that AK-47 is what the Russians, or AK-74, either platform, or what the Russians are carrying all the time. You might better want to check out on that facts, because you are wrong. What about the Chinese? Well, they of course carry the AK-47. Nope, they use a bullpup type rifle. Did you know that? They also have body armor. They also have the radio communications, the sidearms, and the drop leg holsters, and all these different things that we think are unique to our side, the NATO side, the United States. They also have. They also have laser guided munitions. Okay. They also have, their main battle tanks have a detector that can detect a laser beam being aimed at them. And then a Chinese, for sure, I know of. I'm still doing my research on all the latest AFVs, but I know the Chinese main battle tank, it has a detector as well as a laser of its own that can destroy the laser emitter from either the aircraft and or soldier on the ground that's lighting them up. So these are things, if you don't know, I mean, everybody think, I mean, and Trump's pushing this. We got the greatest military in the world, blah, blah, blah. Well, we need to make sure we understand that the Chinese are really, really investing heavily into technology, new types of camouflage, new uniforms. Did you know that AM General sold the patent rights for the Humvee to China? Did you know their armored, their car, their Jeep type vehicle is a real deal, no crap Hummer? Did you know that? Of course you didn't. These are things, I mean, you guys saw the latest version of Red Dawn, right? With the guy that plays Thor, I don't know what his, Chris Hemsley maybe his name is. And they had the Humvees, and people were like, well, it's a Humvee. Well, there you go. They are AM General. They sold the rights to make that or manufacture that. I don't know if it's licensed or what, but they're using a Humvee type vehicle. I mean, it looks exactly like our Humvee. Of course, American vehicles now are being made with the V-shaped hull and so forth, so they're resistance against roadside bombs, the infamous IED, and so forth. But that's what I'm saying. You need to understand what your enemy, who your enemy could be, and what his vehicles look like. His helicopters, his ground attack jets, his bombers, his fighter planes, and so forth, so you're not attacking the wrong people. Okay? Say, for instance, Japan, or Germany, or England, or France, or Poland, whomever. And that's the problem. Former Warsaw Pact nations, Poland, Ukraine, Georgia, they have a lot of gear that is identical in every form to the Russian gear. So being able to tell friend from foe would be a hard thing if indeed someone came to our aid if we were invaded. So it's something to think about. Like I said, this is just the introduction video, and there will be more to follow. But I thought this is a niche that has been missing. But ladies and gentlemen, I have for years and years studied the subject. Okay, all the older Russian equipment, Soviet equipment, Chinese equipment I can identify. Some of the newer stuff, they got brand new tanks that come out in the last 2 or 3 years that do not look much like the original Soviet era equipment. Specifically their new T-14 tank. You never heard of the T-14? Well, we're going to try to do something about that. So please stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. I've been working on it and downloading a lot of photographs from different websites, and I'm going to give information such as Warthog Defense, Jane's Defense Weekly, and other sites where you can find information out on this that we know of. And of course, the Chinese, they are really promoting their equipment, because I mean, that's another thing that they can sell to the freaking world, right? Not all the capabilities of these vehicles are known, so we will have to just speculate in some cases. But remember, even if you're simple infantry and you don't have a grenade launcher or a rocket launcher, you can still do damage with nothing but a rifle if you're not shooting at the armored vest. Go over and check out my video entitled Defeating Body Armor. Alright, ignore the damn body armor. Shoot the damn rifle. Shoot the handgun. Shoot their hands. Alright, in a tank, they got all these fancy new FLIR systems, optics. Their officers, when they're above the hatch, choke the bitch down, put something in there to stop its engine from running simply by choking off its air supply. Blow the damn cannon off. You get a law rocket, okay, it won't penetrate the armor. What do you freaking do? Shoot the goddamn gun barrel. Think about that. You blow a hole through the gun barrel and they try to fire a main gun round through that gun barrel, they'll blow the damn tank up. Okay? Learned that from another book, which I illustrated in my original Defeating Body Armor, and it got dinged because of the photograph, copyright. I took it down. But you guys stay tuned, because there's going to be a lot of really good information in here. And hopefully, if you know more than I do, you'll share with us. But this is Mac Daddy 1911A1 with the Shade Tree Survivals. Thank you very, very much for watching this initial introduction video. There will be more to follow. Y'all take care. And don't forget, check us out on VidMe, because that's where they're going to be. This is an introduction on YouTube, but the videos will be on VidMe.